focus is, I guess, good. All right. Hello everybody. Today I want to show you a pretty cool lighting technique that I've been using, that I've been loving, and also two alternatives to that. And that lighting technique is something that I'd like to call soft light that got me hard, but this is YouTube, so we can just say hard key with an ambient soft light wrap. Don't be alarmed, this is nothing new. I have not invented a new lighting thing. Probably someone has done it better than me and called it something else, and I have been too dumb to find that, so I'll just call it soft light that got me hard. I will be showing three techniques. The first one is going to be the one that got me hard. The second one and the third one are alternatives to it, and they're kind of like Sofhob, soft on face, hard on body. And I hope I might be able to show you some set photos. If not, I'll just recreate everything, and then we'll recreate everything here and then take a look at them. Without further ado, we can start. All right, the first way of doing this is actually just like what you're seeing right now. This is kind of a 300 watt light with a Fresnel on, kind of like not like side, but kind of like side frontal, like 15 degrees, shining onto me with an ambient wrap. You can also see these photos. So I'm going to turn off the lights right now. All right, the inspiration for this one comes actually from this scene that you're seeing right now, or these scenes that you're seeing right now, because this is how normally my apartment, my windows light my face. It is very beautiful, very soft, but it is also very dark here, which I like the contrast, but it's just very dark up until here. So I need a little bit of boost. So this was where the inspiration and also the motivation comes from, which makes it just much more believable. The whole idea of this is I have a hard sunlight, a fake sunlight that's going to come in through my window, which is going to be the Molus B300 with the Fresnel attached to it, aperture 2x Fresnel. And if I turn that on, it gives me this extra boost of sunlight, basically. Normally in a situation like this is also like way too hard, and I would like to soften this thing up a little bit, give myself a little bit more boost on my face. And normally in these situations, I like to set up a book light, but it is 30 degrees in my apartment right now, and I'm sweating a lot. So the alternative to that is just a tube light, really. Voila, it just gives me this, which there is not enough contrast in this, to be honest with you. And normally, I would neg a lot more here, and then with the book light, you can control it maybe a little better. Maybe the room's a little better. But still, it is a very natural looking thing. It is a very beautiful thing. And also with the tube light, you kind of get an eye light, which is not too bad. This is basically the hard soft key with the ambient wrap. There's also another video. There's a video from Blaine Westrup that he also has done something similar, but that was like with the light to like the back side of it, and then like a hard light in front. We can also say this is kind of like a variation of this, but this time, again, the Fresnel is not like right there. It's just like kind of like right there, which is like 15 degrees. And I would say two and a half meters up or something like that. So I would like to add one more thing to this, which would be the slash of light, which this is kind of like an extra step that I like doing if I have the space, if it looks actually good, and it just gives a bit more believability into the whole thing. Granted, right now I'm just using a 100 watt light with no spotlight attachments or anything, and it's weak because this place is really bright. So, but that kind of gives us the idea. All right, another way of getting kind of a similar vibe to this is going to be using the method of Sofhob, which is going to be soft on face, hard on body, which the first one isn't really Sofhob. It's kind of like hard light too, and like ambient wrap, but like this one's going to be basically Sofhob. It's a very common way that is being used everywhere. Just set up a huge soft light source and then like a little hard source that to hit your body. And we're gonna do that right now. I just set up a huge softbox, soft light, and then like a hard light. So let's turn on the soft light. So this is just with the softbox, so it's soft everywhere that you can see. And let's turn on the hard light right now. And this is with the hard light. So if I were to show you this, hard, hard, soft, which yeah, I'm kind of getting a little bit of that light there. Let's just cut it off a little more. Hard, soft. Voila, Sofhob. Very easy, very not space efficient, but looks beautiful. Now, the one thing that is not missing, but is actually coming naturally, is the slash of sunlight, which you're seeing right there. That's actually the real sunlight coming in through the window right now. And if you add something like this to this, it really looks a lot more believable, which I'm hoping I can show you a photo right now. If not, you're just gonna have to believe me, I guess. Good, we're done. So the third one is very similar to the second one, but think of it like you can also do it outside very easily. Say you're outside, you just have the sun and you have the diffusion filter, and you just need to do this like soft on face, hard on body kind of a thing, or like soft key and like an ambient wrap, and a hard key and an ambient wrap kind of a thing. There's a very easy way of doing this with a diffusion filter. So let's say you have the sun, you just set up a diffusion filter, cut off right here, and then voila, you have that. Now, as for demonstration purposes, let's say we're using the B300, the Molus B300 with the Fresnel as our sun. It would be like this. This is at 100% power. Now, there are two different ways of doing this. There are like a million other ways of doing this, but like right now, I would like to show you the two ways. First of all, just a very classic soft on face, hard on body thing. I have my diffusion right here, and now we're gonna come in some issues right here because again, this is on the inside. This is just a 300 watt light, so you have to, pull the diffusion like maybe like not a one stop, just like a half stop or 1/3 of a stop. So there's going to be a lot of experimentation there, but let's say in this situation we can also use the book light or the tube light, and voila, this would also kind of give me the soft on face, hard on body vibes. Pretty cool, pretty natural looking. Again, we can add the background light to give it a bit more of a believability, so that's pretty cool. There's also another way of doing this. Now, if you have again, diffusion filter, diffusion sheet, you can also place it very well like this, kind of again with the diffusion. I just slided it a little bit so that the hard light hits kind of here, but not a lot of right here, just like in the first technique that we looked at. So this is also kind of a very beautiful way, very natural looking way of doing a lighting setup like this. And of course, add the background light to get a little bit more juice out of it, and voila, pretty cool looking thing. For every technique, especially you're in the inside and you're not outside, the one thing that we always talk about is light motivation. So just giving the light the motivation that, there's a feeling that there's a window out there and it's really coming from the window, even though I am creating this light. So this kind of a thing is generally very important, and how I like to fake this thing too, in a sense. Maybe there's not a light source there, and there's not a window there. Maybe we're not using practicals. It's not like a night scene right now. I like actually using the background light. So just get a spotlight attachment and the light bridge, which I talked about in the last video. No, not the last video, a couple of videos back. You can take a look at that. Or just like normal mirrors, and then like just bounce some light off of that, or just use, just a normal light, and then with the barn doors, just shape the light, get a bit of a shape in the background there, and it kind of gives the illusion, oh, there actually might be a window there. And it's kind of like my motivation of lighting this thing. Oh my god, it's so hot. This motivation could be anything, it doesn't have to be this one. It could be anything, but I like using this one. I just think it just kind of gives a little bit more of a sauce to the whole thing. It's not a necessity, but I think it just adds a little more natural feeling to it. So one more thing to consider is the light intensity, which is kind of a creative choice. There's no like I mean, in general, there's no objective right way of doing something. But this is like, think of it like this. You have a sun outside and the sun is shining from outside to the inside, and somehow your face is really getting the soft light and your body is getting this hard light. You would actually, like, the hard light part on your body would be a lot brighter than what would be on your face. So by doing this, it just makes it much more believable, which is kind of like something like this right now. So you can see this is the hard light, this is the hard light, which is brighter than the soft light on my face, which is right here. But again, like, there's no right answers to the whole thing. You can do whatever you want as long as it looks good, as long as there's motivation and everyone's happy, then everyone's happy, and nothing to worry about, I guess. Okay. All right. I hope this was helpful. I hope this was not too long, because it's been too long that I've been recording. But yeah, again, this is nothing new. I did not like create this out of nothing and blah, blah. Someone must have done this better than me. And because like I've learned this stuff too. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. And Fresnel attachments are good. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Woo! It is 18:26. I'm done.